Yo, it's Blink9890 here with Mortal Kombat. Do you want to
What's good?
this is a video that I'm doing for my channel. It's the top 10 games, in my opinion, for 2018. All the from 10 through 9, I mean 10 through 2, my bad. It will be listed down in the description below, but I will not give away my number one. You're gonna have to figure out what my number one is by either skipping to the end or by just watching the whole thing. Of course, I'll be giving my reasons, and you know, this is just my own opinion. Of course, if you want to say which your opinion is down in the comments below, go ahead. I don't care. And Mota, do you want to like say whether I'm wrong or not, or ask questions about the games?
Yeah, sure.
Then let's go to number 10. Number 10, in my opinion, is State of Decay 2. Now, I know it wasn't the best game of 2018 like that, I can be clear on you, but it is worthy of noting that it is a great game. Like, if you have an Xbox or a PC and you want to enjoy a good zombie game, this is the game for you. Of course, it's like the only zombie game I think this year. Of course, when it first launched, it wasn't really that playable, but it didn't really have game crashing bugs. So, you know, you could enjoy it from time to time. You could have fun on it. And of course, now they really made it playable and more enjoyable. Do you know anything about State of Decay 2 Mortal Kombat?
I don't. I was actually about to ask, is it an online play, or is it a single player, or what is it?
It's an online game. It's where you join up with friends and just survive, hunt, scavenge, kill zombies, kill hunters and stuff like that. You know, it's a really great game. Of course, it sucks that it's only for Xbox and PC, but overall, it's a great game. I recommend it.
Yeah, okay.
Is there anything else you would like to ask about it, or should we continue on with the list?
What's the graphics like?
Realistic. I mean, of course, it did have a really shitty thing that happened where like the faces would glitch out and it would just be the eyeballs in the mouth. Like really creepy, disgusting, in my opinion. Anything else?
That's it. Let's move on to number 9.
Okay, number 9 is Dragon Ball fighterZ. Now, when it launched, I really loved it. I thought the fighting mechanics was really good. How it's so simple but yet so difficult at the same time. I can't really explain it, but you wouldn't be able to beat an expert, but you'd still have a shot at beating them. Not a clear-cut shot, but, you know, a shot nonetheless. I like how it went back to when Dragon Ball was first starting out as a fighting game. Of course, it isn't my favorite, but it's certainly one of the best fighting Dragon Ball Z games to date. So if you want a good fighting game, this is one of the ones I say you should pick up. Of course, now I don't have it anymore because I don't like the DLC characters. I know that's a pretty dumb reason, but I like the transformations from Super Saiyan 1 to 2 or something like that. That was really awesome. I really enjoyed it. And now you have to pick them as your base characters, like the DLC for base Goku and base Vegeta. I'm like, what the heck? Why couldn't you just have us transform from that to, you know, Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2? But other than that, that's pretty much it. The online was really good. I enjoyed it. I would barely have one that sucks. And of course, you could say like how good the connection to you should be. And what's kind of cool is that they would have like your frame rate, like how much frame rate you have. And the story wasn't half bad. That's one of the good things about fighting games. The stories usually aren't half bad. What do you have to say, Mora? And I'm pretty sure you don't like it because it's an anime game, but other than that, is there any questions?
Well, I don't think it's, you know, I'm obviously more of an NRS player, but I don't think it was too bad. Yeah, fighting mechanics revolve around just spacing mainly and whip punish. Uh, so it's not a bad game, not a bad fighting game overall. I say, yeah, it's not bad.
Um, um, is that all you have? And we should move on to number 7, or is there anything else you would like to ask?
You skipped number 8, but
Yeah, number 8, my bad.
number 8.
Uh, um, give me one moment. So, my bad. I forgot to have a number 8, but I do know what is number 8 in my opinion. There's a good reason why. Number 8 is Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yes, the newest addition to Nintendo Switch Online exclusives, famous IP. And let me just tell you, that game is really fun. It's really awesome. I recommend it wholeheartedly to anyone who has a Switch to play it. It's easy, it's still fun, and I think the story mode is kind of cool, but you know, not the best, which is why I'm giving it the 8th spot. Because I don't really like when, you know, it's not just, you just don't, like, I like when you just fight the enemy. There's no, like, added things where they're faster, or if you touch the floor you're poisoned, or you fall asleep, or there's fire. You know, I don't really like that in the adventure mode, but I like the classic mode. I like the things here and there, and I have fun whenever I play with my my friends. Whenever I go to school, like I bring it to school, I pop it out, and me and my friends just play. It's really awesome, really fun. Of course, the reason why I'm giving it number 8 is, for one, how the adventure, they have conditions where the enemy has, like, the enemy's bigger, or the enemy's stronger, or anything like that. And not only that, I haven't played its online mode, so, you know, yeah, that's why I'm giving it the 8th spot. So what do you have to ask about Smash Bros, Morta?
I actually, how did like I played Smash Bros in the past, not
Mm-hmm.
obviously competitively by all means, just for the fuck of it, and I actually kind of find it interesting how like how it works. It's very a very different fighting game for sure.
It is, it really is. Um, but you said you want to, like, understand or know something
Yeah,
about it?
it's like yeah, how did the fighting mechanics work, or how does the spacing work? If you could tell me that.
I can't really answer the spacing, because that's like, I don't really play it competitively. Like, I play it not only just for the hell of it, but also just because it's like, it is a competitive game. I understand how and why. Mostly, the thing that is really interesting and cool about it is the launching system. So you would have your specials that you would use, like Ganon. He's my main. He has just the regular where you just tap it. You don't move from the side smash or the up smash. It's just the normal, and that would launch your enemies into, like, the sides, and you know, you win. But for some of the other ones, you can't use the smash. You have to actually charge up your basic attack from the sides, and then you are launching them. But of course, you have to build that up, and it takes a while, so you're left open. Or for some, it's like hyper armor, like Bane, or Doomsday, or Goro. You know, they have armor, so that's how it works. I don't really know about the spacing, because, like, I'm not an avid competitive fighting player, of course, but
You're just a casual player.
most of the time, yes. There's hardly any times when I actually, like, go full on hardcore mode, or actually try to learn. But other than that, was there anything else, or should we continue on to
Okay.
number 7?
Before you move on to number 7,
Mm-hmm.
do you think and I understand this game is not out yet, but from what you've seen, do you think
Mortal Kombat 11 or Smash Ultimate? So see, this is a difficult thing to say because it's not out yet. That's why I can't really say too much. But if I had to be honest, right now, from what I've seen, heard, and know about Mortal Kombat 11, I would have to give it to Mortal Kombat 11. Because that one is a little bit harder to play instead of like really just casually, because that one you would actually try for it to actually be good and get good and everything. Now that, I love how you can humiliate your opponent when you win by doing fatality. Of course, it's not always humiliation, because sometimes they'll be like, bro, that fatality was awesome, you know. I think it's more friendly compared to Smash, because with Smash, like, you can't really name a Nintendo game where friendships and families don't break, but Mortal Kombat, like, friendships and families don't break over that kind of game. So is that it? You want to move on to number 7?
Yeah, let's go on to number 7.
Okay, so number 7 for me is Monster Hunter World. It is a really, really good game. It's MMO. It's focused all on co-op and just having fun with your friends. Of course, what I really like is that the different weapons give you different styles of playing, and every time I choose a different weapon, it's like a new game every time, and it's a new way to play. It doesn't feel repetitive, and of course, the monsters are easier than past generations, but still difficult to kill. Like, they don't make it that easy for you. And of course, I like that it's finally not just for the DS systems, it's actually for consoles and everything, so that way everyone has a shot at playing it. And I like that the SOS flair, to where if you need help, people who also want to kill that beast will come and help you, and y'all just have a blast killing the monster. That's pretty much the reason why it's number 7. Is there anything you want to ask more about it?
There's no PvP option, is there?
In a way, there's a PvP. So the way it works in PvP is you just see who can kill the monster fastest. And of course, there's a time limit and everything. And whoever kills it first wins. But like where you go head to head with your giant weapons against the other guy, no, there's no PvP like that in Monster Hunter World. It's mostly focused on co-op.
Yeah, okay.
Is there anything else?
I'd say that's just about it.
Okay, let's move on to number 6. So number 6 in my opinion is Far Cry 5. Now, Far Cry 5 is just, it brings the same thing that I always loved, the raiding the base. And what is it, like making it your own, making it free of whatever the enemy is that time, which of course this time it's a cult, just liberating it, and now it's your base. I really enjoy it, and not only that, with doing that, they can also come back and take their base back, and you can go and defend it. And then I like how they put it in a different place. They put it in county. They put it in Montana, Hope Falls, as I remember that's the name. I really enjoy that it's not an exotic island. Of course, that was one of my pet peeves, but it actually turned out to be a really great game, even though it's not on an exotic island. And the number one thing that they kept in this game that I always love about Far Cry games is the villain. The villain is still the best of overall. Out of all the characters, I still love the villain. Of course, I don't root for them to win, but they're those villains who you just love to hate. That's how good the villains are. And one thing is, it leads really well into the next game. That's one thing that I admit I applaud them for that they usually don't do, but this leads into the next game really well, and I can't wait for the next one. Is there anything you would like to ask about Far Cry 5?
You know, I've never been a big fan of Far Cry, but you know, wait, there's an online option, right?
Yeah, it's co-op based.
Okay.
It's like Call of Duty, kind of like co-op. And, you know, it's not split screen, but you know, that's how it'd be. Is there anything else, or move on to number 5?
Move on.
So number 5 is Detroit Become Human. It's kind of funny, you know. Far Cry 5 is number 6 instead of 5. But yeah, number 5 is Detroit Become Human, because wow, this is a cinematic game. This is one of the best that I've played to date. Like, if I had to say, this gives Telltale's games a run for its money on how great the story gameplay is. Just everything about it was just awesome. Even though I know people don't like cinematic games because they're movies, well, that's the thing about it. A game can be whatever you make of it. And these guys, you know, I am part of it. But like, they, you know, that's what they make the games. I love how the actors really bring, like, I don't know how to explain it. They just really make the characters alive. They make them relatable. You root for the characters. Or even if you pit the two characters against each other, you still root for both of them. Because they're still awesome characters. They're amazing. They're just wow. And one thing that I really think is awesome is after you beat it, they show you a flow chart that shows you all the different ways it can go and how it can be played out again. And just, you know, I think that's really awesome about it.
Really good game. Personally, I'm a fan of those just kind of storytelling games. I don't mind them. And I think it was just a really good game overall.
And one good thing about it is it still has the action, you know? That's one good thing that I really like, is it has action still. An action player can still enjoy this game. Is that it? Go on to number 4?
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 4 is Kingdom Come Deliverance. Now this game had some bugs, but the thing about it, it wasn't bug killing games. That was my number 1 thing. I don't really care about bugs unless they crash it. Of course, that's why Save the K2 is number 10. But Kingdom Come Deliverance has a lot of things to offer. It offers realism, survival, and RPG, and it combines them so well. It blends them and just really, really makes it great. Like, you have to eat, you have to drink, you have to sleep in order to be good. And what is really something is the realism. Dang, you suck at everything right at the beginning. You cannot fight to save your life. Like, you can die easily, you can barely shoot a bow, but when you get better at it, man, it makes you really feel like, wow, I did this, I'm able to do this now. I used to suck and now I don't. In the story, it will give you a ride for your life. The story is just amazing. That's it. That's the reason why it's number 4 in my opinion. Do you have anything to say or ask about it, Mora?
What style of survival game? Is it like a jungle? Do you start out in like a post-apocalypse? Like,
it's in the medieval times. You know, knights, kings, queens, Dutch dukes, all that.
Yeah.
That's how it's survival. That's sorry about that, folks. It saved it. Continue what you were saying before.
I actually think it's really interesting how a survival game takes place in the medieval era. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's a really good game. So I recommend it. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, then let's continue on to number 3. Number 3, in my opinion, is Spider-Man. Now this is how Spider-Man games are meant to be made. This is how it's meant to be played. They made it. They made it just how a Spider-Man game should be made. Now, I like the combat. I really think it's awesome. I think that's exactly how it should be played and how he would actually fight. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the little mini activities you can do and how he cracks jokes. Even in the middle of fights, he cracks jokes. It's just interesting how funny he can be. And then the story, man, the story feels like it's right out of the comics. And the best thing, the number one thing everyone can agree with me on is it's the web swinging. I couldn't think of it for a moment, but the web swinging is just the best, absolutely the best. Has been by far. Do you have anything to ask or say about it, Mora?
I think it's a beautiful game, and I agree with you in pretty much everything you
said. Go to number 2.
Let's go to number
2. Number 2 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now here's something funny. I told myself I would not spend $65 on this game. So I got it at $23 for brand new. Now, yeah. Now this game was not what I expected at all. Like, it was just wow. I didn't expect it to be like this. I didn't know that anything would just be the same, and it really wasn't. It was a different game, a new experience, something just overall different. I like the fighting. The fighting by far is really good. Of course, I still like the simplistics of the originals, but this is really good. I love the RPG aspects of it, how you can decide what to do, you can do what you want to do, and just, I don't know, just have fun. As well as how you can decide how the game will go and how your character is. I really enjoy it. Is there anything you'd like to ask or say about it, Mora?
Actually, no.
So here's my number 1. Like I said, it's gonna surprise y'all and shock a lot of people. And I'm pretty sure y'all are wondering, where's God of War and Red Dead? Well, that's the thing. My number 1 is both of them. It's God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2. I cannot choose between both of them which one's number 1, because they're both just really great games. I enjoyed them both. I love the story. I love the activities. But the number 1 thing for me was the story, because that's one thing these two game developers are known for, and one thing that God of War was changing to. And I absolutely can't pick which story is better, which gameplay is better, because they're supposed to be different. Sorry, I had to drink. But for God of War, that story is supposed to be a man who wants to change who he was, or really what he was, into someone new, into someone different, who can control himself, who can be a father to his son. And that was one of the other biggest things. He wanted to be a father because he never had one. So yeah, he just really wanted to change, to be different, to be better. And in Red Dead Redemption 2, its story is a man who has to deal with the world around him changing and leaving him behind. And at the very end, he wants to redeem himself. He wants to change to be better. But he thinks it's too late. Now, of course, that choice, whether it's too late or not, is all up to the player, and I really enjoy that. I think that's a really great thing to do in a great way. Like, just wow. And the activities here and there for both games, the exploring in both games are just wow, there's something else. Like, I just absolutely can't explain to you how much I enjoy both of these games and how amazing they were. Like, just amazing. 10 out of 10 for both. What do you have to say about my decision, Water? Like, what would you say?
Now, one thing I do agree that they are both really great storytelling games. Now, me personally, out of the two, I would pick Red Dead Redemption only because, and hear me out, there is more content. But the thing is, like, with some games, they can have a lot of extra content, but it's no good. But in Red Dead Redemption, it's actually fun, it's useful, and I love the whole, like, choice decision. Like, you could choose to do this mission, or if you want to, and one thing I like is you can interact with everybody all around. That's something that I really enjoyed about this. You could talk to everybody. And one thing about God of War is I completed the game, the story mode, in 2 days. Now, it was a fantastic story mode, and I'm not complaining about it. I'm saying that it was a beautiful and just a great story mode overall. But I fully completed the game in 4 to 5 days, 100% trophies, just fully completing the game. And so that's one thing that I think Red Dead Redemption stands for. It, there's so much more content. I've been playing this game for weeks, and I'm not even at 40% trophies. It's just there's so much content, and I, I think it takes the place over God of War.
Like, I understand. It's just for me, I really can't. I don't know. I guess I'm just weird if I had to be honest. Well, of course everyone already knows. But either way, is that all you want to say?
That's all I got to say, yes.
Okay. Well, this is it. This is the end of the video. Like I said, my number one was gonna shock y'all. But if you want to talk about my choices and decisions, just leave a comment down below. Of course, please like and subscribe to my channel, and like and subscribe to his. Until then, I'll see you next time. Blank9890 signing out. Peace.